Solve for x. That is the question we have. So we are solving for x. This is the question is 1 over 2 in brackets to the power x squared minus 9, which is equal to 4 to the power x plus 3. Our first step will be, we are going to convert that 1 over 2 to a negative power or to an inverse. So it will be like the way I've written it. Then we have like that. Or we can also change. We also change the 4 into 2 to the power 2, because 2 to the power 2, it still gives us 4. Our interest is to have the same base. The next step we have is 2 to the power 1 multiplied by x squared minus 9, which will be equal to 2. We have 2 there to the power x plus 3. Therefore, we are going to have 2 to the power negative x squared plus 9, which will be equal to 2 to the power 2x plus 6. I multiplied negative 1 multiplied by everything in the bracket, hence it has made negative 9 to change to positive 9. I've also multiplied 2 by everything in the bracket. This is the reason why I have 2x plus 6. From there now, we are going now to equate the base. Why are we equating the base? Because they are the same. So we equate, we mean cancelling. So we have negative x squared plus 9, which will be equal to 2x plus 6. 2x plus 6. From here, we shall now, for the sake of space, I'm having negative x squared plus 9 is equal to 2x plus 6. We shall make these terms to the right hand side move to the left hand side so that we group the right terms together. So we shall have negative x squared, then we shall have minus 2x plus 9 minus 6, then we equate it to 0. Now, do we have like terms together? Do we have like term? Yes, 9 and 6. So the next step is to deal with the like terms. So we shall have 2x, then positive 9 minus 6. Positive 9 minus 6, we have a 3. So 3 is equal to 0. So what we have formed there is known as a quadratic equation. Now this quadratic equation, the x squared, it is carrying a negative coefficient. So sometimes it becomes quite involving when you are dealing with a negative a. So in that case, we are going to get rid of that negative a. How do we get rid of it? Or negative 1. We shall multiply both sides by negative 1. So that negative 1 times negative 1x, we are going to have positive x. Negative 1 times negative 2x to be positive 2x. Negative 1 times 3 to be negative 3. Then equals negative 1 times 0. Anything times 0 in this world or the world to come, it will always be 0. Okay, so this is what we have now. After we are done with this one, we now look for product, sum, and the factor. How do we find the product? We multiply the value of A times C. In this case, which one is our A? Our A is the coefficient of x squared, which is 1. What about our B? Our B is the coefficient of x, which will be positive 2. And our C is the constant number, which is negative 3. So in this case, To find the product, we multiply A times C. 1 times -3, and the answer we have is -3. For the sum, we get the B. Which one is our B? It is the 2. For the factor, we look for two numbers. Those two numbers, if you multiply them, you get the product. Once you add those two numbers, you get the sum. So in this case, our product, our factor is -1 and 3. If you multiply -1 and 3, we get a -3. If you add these two, we get a +2. Therefore, we now come to that x squared plus 2x minus 3 is equal to 0. Where there is b, we replace it with these coefficients. So we shall have x squared minus 1x plus 3x minus 3 equals to 0. That is what we have. Then now we factorize these separately. We shall have x open bracket x minus 1 plus 3 open bracket x minus 1. We have factorized that and this. We are having the same numbers or the same terms in the bracket. Since we have the same, then we just pick one and factor out these, the numbers which are outside the brackets. So we shall have x plus 3 and the other one shall be x minus 1 equals to 0. Therefore, we are going to equate this one to 0 and this one to 0. So we shall have x plus 3 equals to 0 or x minus 1 equals to 0. Why do we have x equals to 0 minus 3 or x equals to 0 plus 1? X equals to, that is what we have. From there, again, I'll move my step there by saying x equals to -3 or x equals to 1. Let me put it like this, or x equals to 1. So these are the answers we have for the values of x. Thank you so much. Thank you.